Memberships are here, and this is what you need to know. There are 3 tiers of membership to choose from: bronze, silver, and gold. Members will get access to exclusive perks such as loyalty badges to be displayed in live streams, member-only videos, member-only polls, behind-the-scenes content, plus much more to be announced in the coming weeks and months. We understand not everyone is in a position to financially contribute to the channel, and that is absolutely fine. All our past and future content, including previews, reactions, and watch-alongs, will all continue to be available on the channel for free. Do not worry. We hope you can join us on this exciting new journey as we grow the Watford Way into something bigger and better than I ever imagined. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Okay, here we go. It's time for the Emirates FA Cup third round draw, live here on BBC Two. I have the feed right on in front of me here. Watford's fan Kelly Summers is presenting for BBC today alongside Dion Dublin and Mark Hughes. Watford are ball number 41 in the draw. All I'm hoping for, honestly, is just not to get another championship side. Anyone from the championship below, away from home, I think will be really, really good. And also, obviously, a Premier League team, Arsenal, United, one of them at Vicarage Road as well, of course, would be very favourable. But a lower league team away from home, I think, is what everybody wants. Let me know what you guys want in the live chat as well on this Monday evening. And yeah, it's coming around thick and fast, actually. I wasn't expecting the Emirates FA Cup draw to even be on today. It caught me by surprise, actually. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully Watford don't get a boring draw in the end. Rudy's here. Hello, Rudy. How are you? And so is Richard as well. Hi, Richard. Hope you're doing well. I'll just put some information up on screen for you guys to see here while they're having a bit of a waffle on television. You can see here Watford will find out the Emirates FA Cup third round opponents on Monday night, with the draw being broadcast live on BBC Two and iPlayer. The Hornets are ball number 41 in the draw, which will be hosted by Kelly Summers, Dion Dublin and Mark Hughes. Their opponents will be selected from the pool of 20 second round winners. Of course, that just happened in the past week or so. 20 Premier League sides, and of course the remaining Championship sides who are entering a draw at this stage as well. Ties will be played over the weekend of Saturday, January the 11th. If I scroll down here, you can see some of the sides in the draw. Obviously, some big Premier League sides in there. Arsenal, Brentford, Brighton, and the return of João Pedro. That could be quite fun. Burnley, Chelsea, obviously some other Championship sides as well. Luton Town, of course, we have to highlight with them being up the road from us as well. That would be a very interesting tie if that happens. Manchester City, of course, we obviously just played them recently in the Carabao Cup as well. Going further down, you can see here Newcastle, Norwich, of course, a lot of Championship sides in here as they all enter the same round as Watford. Salford, not really interested in them. Charlton could be quite a good one. That's not too far to go. Dagenham, again, a lower league side. So yeah, there's some interesting sides in there. Harrogate Town, Bromley, Tamworth, Lincoln City. So yeah, some interesting sides. For me personally, I want to see Watford playing against the best teams possible. So a Premier League side at Vicarage Road is what I would prefer ideally. But I do understand that obviously people want to travel to new grounds, explore some of the other 92 clubs in the Football League. So yeah, I kind of understand why people want a lower league draw. But there's the list one more time. I'll just scroll down there for you guys to look at it. And yeah, on television, actually, they're about to put the balls in the pot. Dion Dublin and, of course, former Stoke manager Mark Hughes. So let's bring it right back to me here. And yeah, let's hope we don't get a boring draw. Dion Dublin is just waffling about a load of nonsense at the moment. Come on, guys, just put the balls in the pot and draw them out. Remember, Watford are ball number 41. So 41 is the ball you want to be keeping an eye out for if you're watching live on TV at the same time as me. Obviously, if Watford are drawn first, that means we have a home tie. If we're drawn second, that means Watford will be playing against that team, but away from home. So here we go. It looks like they are just about to put the balls in the pot. No, they're not. They're going to another highlight reel. Browns Electrons. We'll get someone like Preston. I do hope not. I actually didn't go to any of the FA Cup games last year. If I remember correctly, didn't we get knocked out by Southampton? I think it was Southampton. We drew them at Vicarage Road. I remember Matthias Martins, I think, scoring a good free kick. And then we went away from home, and I think they beat us quite comfortably. So, yeah, that's what I remember from the FA Cup last year. Ellis is here. Hello, Ellis. Hope you're well. Rudy says, good, thanks. Good to see you again for another stream. Yes, we'll be back this weekend for a watch long for our fixture against Cardiff City as well. So we'll be back live at the weekend for a live match watch long. Peter Thorpe, hello Peter. Anyone but City away again. You know what? I'm up for another Man City game. They look pretty woeful at the moment. So if you gave me Man City, I wouldn't be too opposed to it. But yeah, they looked... I don't know if you guys watched the Liverpool game yesterday, but they looked absolutely, you know, shot of confidence. They really, really did. They really looked woeful in that Liverpool game yesterday. God, they always take their time doing these, don't they? They're just having a chat. No rush whatsoever. Asif, hello, hello. How are you? I'm doing very, very well. Yeah, I do apologise about the delay. They are just having a chat, talking to each other. No one has drawn any balls out of the pot yet. So yeah, we're just waiting for the BBC to start this draw. Lots of balls to get through. I think there's 64 balls in total. Asif wants Watford versus Stevenage, which of course is a little bit of a local tie, if you will. But yeah, I want someone a bit more exciting than Stevenage, to be honest with you. We usually play them in, you know, pre-season most years. So yeah, someone more exciting than Stevenage would be ideal. As I said, I think there's two scenarios for me, either a lower league side or a non-league side away from home, or a Premier League side, a big Premier League side at Vicarage Road. Someone like United, an Arsenal, a Spurs, someone like that at Vicarage Road, I think would be pretty cool to test out the current Watford players. And then the Carabao Cup, even though the Man City game was heavily, even though they had a heavily rotated squad, I still thought we played pretty well. Of course, Tom Ince scored that really good goal in that Carabao Cup match, and Watford went on a decent run in that competition. So, yeah, he used to say Watford can't go on a good run in this competition either. Asif has said Leicester as well. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Leicester, actually. I do like and enjoy playing against Leicester City. Of course, they're struggling in the Premier League at the moment, having just sat Steve Cooper. And yeah, we're just waiting for the BBC to get this draw underway, really. I think the last time they did the FA Cup draw, Watford were the last ball to be drawn. So we were waiting for the entire draw, and we were the last ball, I believe, which was... yeah, quite funny. But yeah, I'll bring up this screen once again so you guys can take a look at some of the other teams. Obviously, as I said, 64 teams in the draw. Wigan, Harrogate, Bromley, Morecambe, Stockport, Peterborough, you know, Birmingham, obviously doing quite well in League One this season. Charlton, I wouldn't mind. That's quite an easy one to get to for me. Just on a train. But yeah, ideally you want to avoid a championship tie because we play them teams twice every season anyway. So yeah, if you gave me someone like a Norwich or a QPR again, or just someone like that, yeah, it would be a bit underwhelming. And also, I think the question has to be asked, and I want you guys to answer this in the live chat as well. You know, how seriously do you want Tom Cleverley to take this competition? Because he played quite strong teams actually in the Carabao Cup up until the point where Manchester City knocked us out. So depending on the draw today, do you want to see Tom Cleverley go with you know, a fully strength Watford team in these FA Cup games, or would you rather he rotated the squad, gave some fringe players more opportunities? You know, hopefully Kevin Caben is available then, Tikvich, Kaki Almeida, for example, Jonathan Bond should come back into the fold as well. Jefferson, Doumbia, Vata, all these players should get more minutes in these cup games if Watford progress throughout the competition. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It looks like they should be about to progress with the draw now. We're at 7:10 already, still waiting for the BBC to hurry up. I mean, they really are absolutely drawing this out. Brown's Electron says, I want to see Vata play a lot more in this competition. I want to see Vata play a lot more in the Championship, to be honest with you. I thought his cameo appearance against QPR was really exciting. So yeah, I'm just hoping Cleverley plays Vata more in the Championship, to be honest with you. Peter says you want to see Doumbia and Ramirez Espan. That's a good shout as well. I can't speak properly. Yeah, Ramirez Espan, of course, from the Watford Academy. He's had very limited minutes this season. They've gone back to the studio now, so hopefully we are about to get underway. Fingers crossed. And yeah, Watford are ball number 41. Remember that, we're ball number 41. Dion Dublin and Mark Hughes look ready to go. Again, they've started showing highlights from previous FA Cup games again. Brown's Electrons is going for the Watford to be the first number in the draw. That would be quite a funny coincidence. I'm sure in the last FA Cup tie last year, Watford were the last club to be drawn out. I think I remember that quite vividly in my head. But yeah, here we go. Number 41 for today's draw. If you want to watch yourself and not listen to me waffling along, you can tune into this on BBC Two or BBC iPlayer if you are living in the UK. And yeah, we're just waiting for them to hurry up. Come on, guys. And yeah, hopefully Watford get a good tie. As I said, I don't want a Championship team. I want a big Prem side, or you know, a really low league team like a League Two away from home. I think that would be quite fun and a good test for the Watford squad. So yeah, here we go. They really are dragging this out for way too long. The presenter, by the way, is a Watford fan, actually. Kelly Summers for the BBC. I think she does some stuff on Sky as well. Yeah, she is actually a Watford fan. So shout out to her. Hopefully she can give us, through the power of manifestation, a good draw. But yeah, sorry guys. It's just they're delaying the draw themselves. They keep on talking unnecessary nonsense. Here we go. They're showing us the ball numbers now. Arsenal number 2, Chelsea number 10, Tottenham number 40, of course Watford number 41. Dagenham and Tamworth are the two National League sides left in the competition. They're both 50 and 53 respectively. Bromley, ball number 60 as well. So those are some of the key numbers for you guys to keep an eye on. Arsenal number 2, Chelsea 10. Liverpool number 20. So yeah, here we go. Hopefully now, fingers crossed, they're going to get us underway. Here we go. Here we go. We're underway. So they're putting the balls in the pot, emptying their bags. And yeah, let's hope Watford can get a good draw. Fingers crossed. Dion Dublin there, just making sure he's emptied out the bag completely. And yeah, here we go. We're starting straight away. It's all of a sudden started very quickly. The first ball is Number 36, ball number 36. So it's a home tie for Southampton. Remember, Watford are ball number 41. Number 39 has come out, very close to Watford. So it's Southampton versus Swansea City, a Premier League versus Championship tie there. The next tie is ball number 2. Arsenal at home. Come on, please be Watford. I'd love this. Arsenal at home. To number 23. That's a shame. Who's that? Manchester United. Arsenal versus Manchester United in the third round. Goodness me. Yeah, what a tie that is. Early on in the competition. Number 47. Exeter City at home. Don't be Watford. I'm not interested in this. Ball number 29. Exeter City at home to Oxford United. Next draw, ball number 48. Leyton Orient. I wouldn't mind that actually. Ball number 13 is Leyton Orient versus Derby County. Oh, no Watford yet. No sign of Watford. Ball number 62. Reading. Oh no, don't give me Reading. Ball number 8. It's not Watford. Reading versus Burnley in the third round of the FA Cup. Next ball is number 3. Aston Villa. Oh yeah, Aston Villa at home. I wouldn't mind that actually. So Aston Villa versus ball number 43. Again, quite close to Watford's number. Aston Villa versus West Ham United. A lot of the Premier League teams have already gone out of the draw. I think it's only Spurs and a few others left. Norwich City at home is the next team. Ball number 6, Norwich versus Brighton and Hove Albion. So no sign of Watford still yet. It's getting exciting. Ball number 22 up next here. It's a home tie for Manchester City. Could you imagine if this was Watford again? Oh no. Here we go. Number 41, is it? 45. Ball number 45. Manchester City versus Salford. That's an interesting tie actually as well. Of course owned by former Manchester United players, Salford City. Ball number 25 is Millwall. Millwall at home. Who are Millwall going to face? Number 50. Millwall versus Dagenham and Redbridge. Again, no sign of Watford so far. I've got a feeling we might get a championship tie here for the Hornets. Here's Liverpool at home. Again, I wouldn't mind Liverpool away. Liverpool versus number 51. Oh, I thought that was 41 for a second. Liverpool versus Accrington Stanley at home. Ball number 7 is Bristol City. Of course, we've just played Bristol City, so I don't ideally want this tie. Ball number 44, Bristol City versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. That's an interesting game. Ball 32 here. The next tie is Preston North End. Again, not interested in Preston whatsoever. Ball number 46. We're getting a lot of 40s at the moment, but no ball 41. That's Preston versus Charlton. Ball number 10 is the next team out of the draw. Chelsea at home. Again, I wouldn't mind Chelsea. Come on. I wouldn't mind Chelsea at all. Give us 41. Oh, it's 59. Chelsea versus Morecambe. Chelsea versus Morecambe. That's not that exciting. 24 now. The only big Prem side left really is Tottenham. So yeah, I'm aiming for Tottenham now. Middlesbrough versus Blackburn Rovers is the next teams out of the draw. Ball number 1 is Bournemouth, obviously in the Premier League, doing quite well this season. And it's going to be Bournemouth versus number 42, just one number away from Watford, West Bromwich Albion. Bournemouth versus West Brom. Ball 55 is the next team out of the draw. And And it's 64. It's Mansfield Town versus Wigan Athletic. And yeah, we're getting down to the last few teams here. Ball 53. Tamworth at home. I wouldn't mind this, actually. Go on. Draw Watford. Dion Dublin with his hand in the pot currently. Ball 40. How frustrating. Tamworth versus Tottenham. And that is pretty much all the big Premier League teams out of the draw there. Tamworth with a good home tie against Tottenham. Ball 16 now. Hull City at home. Facing ball 61. Hull City versus Doncaster Rovers. Ball 38. Sunderland. Sunderland versus ball 37, which is Stoke City. Sunderland versus Stoke City, an all-championship tie. Ball number 19, it's Leicester City. I wouldn't mind Leicester away from home. And it's not Watford, it's ball 33. QPR, Leicester versus Queen's Park Rangers. Brentford at home. This could be a good London away day for us. Come on. Ball number 30. It's Brentford versus Plymouth Argyle. Number 11. It's Coventry City. Again, I'm not really interested in the Coventry City game. Ball 35. Coventry versus Sheffield Wednesday. Another all-championship tie. Ball 26. Newcastle United at home. I wouldn't mind this being Watford. Come on. We've been shafted today. There's not many good teams left for Watford to play. Luton's in there, of course. Ball 14 now. I think the next tie for me is the Luton game. Luton at ball number 21. Everton face ball 56. It's Everton at home to Peterborough United. Yeah, not too many balls left now. Ball 58. That is Wycombe. Wycombe Wanderers at home versus ball 31. 10 away from Watford. Wycombe Wanderers versus Portsmouth. Ball 54. That's Birmingham, obviously in League One. Birmingham City versus, please don't be Watford, 52, Lincoln. Birmingham versus Lincoln. There's probably about 10 teams left. Watford and Luton are still in this. Ball 18. Leeds United at home. Again, good atmosphere at Elland Road. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind this game. Leeds United versus ball 63. Harrogate Town. Leeds versus Harrogate Town. Watford versus Luton is still a possibility here. This is interesting. Ball 28, Nottingham Forest, of course, a Premier League side. That could be quite a fun away day. Nottingham Forest versus ball 21, Luton. So no Luton match for Watford. It's Nottingham Forest versus Luton. Crystal Palace and Fulham are still in there. I wouldn't mind Palace or Fulham away from home. Sheffield United versus ball number 9, Cardiff City. Sheffield United versus Cardiff. Ball 17, Ipswich Town. That could be fun. Ipswich Town at home. Who are they going to face? Watford. Not. Ball number 49, Ipswich versus Bristol Rovers. Oh, we could get Fulham or Palace here. So Fulham at home. Who's it going to be? Palace, Watford or Stockport? It's Fulham versus Watford. Obviously now, wow, that's quite interesting. Fulham versus Watford. in the FA Cup third round draw. What are you guys thinking about that? The last tie is Crystal Palace versus Stockport. So yeah, Watford travelling to London, a short trip on the train to face Marco Silva's Fulham side. So Marco Silva, of course, facing his former team in Watford FC. What are you guys thinking about that? Ellis says not overly pleased here, James. Of course, Ellis is a Manchester United fan. As you can see by his Ten Hag profile photo. So yeah, they've got Arsenal, which isn't a fantastic tie for them. Rudy says, we are playing Fulham. We absolutely are. And I think that's quite an interesting tie, actually. I think that, of course, we could have had a much better tie against a lower league side, or one of the non-league teams, I should say. But yeah, Watford versus Fulham away from home. I think, yeah, I'll absolutely take that. I don't think it's going to be on television. It's not really a massive team. But yeah, that's a good tie, I think. And obviously in the FA Cup, you get a much bigger allocation. I'm not entirely sure what Fulham's capacity is. But yeah, I'm sure Watford will get 2,000 or 3,000 tickets for that game. And my brother actually said just a couple of hours ago that he wouldn't mind going to Craven Cottage to face Fulham. So I'm sure he'll be getting a ticket for that game. So yeah, it's Fulham versus Watford in the Emirates FA Cup third round draw. Let me know your final reaction to that before we head off. Yeah, interesting stuff. Obviously, again, I have to mention the dynamic between Watford and Marco Silva. Of course, Marco Silva left Watford to join Everton in quite controversial circumstances, shall we say. If you remember, actually, I think in the Premier League when we went to face Everton under Marco Silva's management, I remember a few fans having like the inflatable snakes in the stands, which was quite funny. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Not overly exciting, but yeah, very nearly actually there. Watford and Luton were one of the last teams to be drawn out actually of the hat. So yeah, very nearly another M1 derby was created. But yeah, Watford, Fulham, interesting stuff. And yeah, of course, I will probably be here actually doing a live match watch along for it on the Watford Way, unless my brother convinces me to make that trip into London to go to Craven Cottage. So yeah, thank you for joining me here on this Monday evening for the Emirates FA Cup third round draw. I really appreciated your company. We'll be back on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. or just before 3 p.m. For the Cardiff City live match watch along. Later this week, we'll have your Cardiff City match preview out. It'll be out maybe a day or so early for channel members as well. So if you are interested, from just 99p per month, you can become a channel member to get early access to videos. So yeah, that should be out later this week, our Cardiff City preview. And yeah, in conclusion, Fulham versus Watford, is it the greatest? No. Is it the worst? Equally no. So yeah, I'm content with that tie. I do think Watford will probably get knocked out. In fact, should we take a quick look actually at Fulham's squad for those of us who aren't educated in the Premier League as much as maybe we should be. Here we go. Let me share my screen with you guys now. Let's take a look at Fulham's first team squad. Bernd Leno in goal, interesting. Tete, Calvin Bassey, Joachim Andersen, he's a very good player. Timothy Castagna, Ryan Sessegnon, he's obviously just joined them quite recently, I believe, from Spurs. Issa Diop, Robinson into midfield, Harrison Reed, Tom Kearney, who's been there for quite some time, Sander Berge, Andreas Pereira, of course, formerly of Manchester United. Emil Smith-Rowe, that was an interesting move in the summer, a very good player in my opinion, but just wasn't getting the game time really at Arsenal, so he made the move to Fulham. And yeah, the forward line, again, look at that, very, very strong. Adama Traore, who looks like an absolute unit. He should be playing rugby, really. Rodrigo Muniz, Harry Wilson, very good player. Raul Jimenez, of course, very familiar face to Watford fans there from our Emirates FA Cup semi-final fixture at Wembley Stadium, where he scored. Carlos Vinicius, Alex Iwobi, Reece Nelson. It looks like to me that Fulham just still former Arsenal players. They must have 4 or 5 former former Arsenal players in their squad. You got Iwobi, Reece Nelson, Emil Smith-Rowe, Bernd Leno as well. Pereira, as we mentioned, formerly of Manchester United as well. I think Issa Diop was he at West Ham a few years ago. Calvin Bassey, he was at Ajax. So a very strong squad. I'm not expecting Watford to win that game. But nonetheless, it's a London away day. It's going to be fun. I'm sure fans will enjoy themselves. And that's going to be played, I think, if I can remember, on the weekend of the 11th of January. So mark your calendars, the 11th of January, that weekend is when the Emirates FA Cup ties in the third round will be played. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we'll be back on Saturday afternoon for our live match watch along for Cardiff City away from home. And then we'll be back later this week looking ahead to that Cardiff game as we speak to Cardiff fan Nathan in a match preview. So I'm looking forward to that. Aside from that, thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your Monday evenings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.